this is we call it the Sermon on the Mount, but if you really look at the text, it was not a sermon, it was a lesson. Because the Bible says that Jesus, when he got amongst the multitudes, he sat down and he taught them. And this is important because all these preachers today, they preach to give sensation and they don't preach to give salvation. They are just preaching. But in order for you to be a good church, you gotta have good teaching. Good preaching is important because it takes you out of the world, but good teaching is important is because it takes the world out of you. And I can always tell I'm in a church where there ain't no good teaching. You can see the hellions in the crowd who don't have no good teaching. That boy preaching already. You gotta have good teaching. Not only do I like that it was a lesson, but while he is giving this lesson, he talks about what we call the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes. This is what they call disciple activity. This is, in other words, a disciple is a student of Christ. In other words, in order to do these things listed in Matthew chapter 5, you had to be a believer. And this right here tells you that you don't have to be no Bible banger. You don't have to walk around with a cross on your forehead and on your necklace letting people know that you believe, because if you are a true believer, we ought to see it in your behavior.